Okay, so I apologize for the small technical delay. It's been a while since I have live streamed something. Um, Welcome to this new section, which I wanted to introduce on my Patreon page, in the Patreon community. This community of supporters, which I am very happy that it's growing, slowly but steadily. And this is a section in which I would kind of like to present and talk a little bit about what's behind the scenes of preparing a concert. So that's why it's called Friday Behind the Scenes at lunchtime. I would really love it to be a weekly live stream. So that's something I will be working on, and also improving the quality of my stream and punctuality as well. So sometimes I will be playing, like today, for example. I'm preparing a concert on the 4th of February in Vienna, in Austria, and it's a concert of contemporary music. And basically, the only piece which is not new for me is Diana Rotaru's Some Reeds and the Air Moving Them. All the rest of the program, so new pieces, world premieres by Matthew Shlomowitz, by Philip Meyer for accordion and electronics, some other pieces which are new for me, written like 10 years ago maybe, I think it is, by Gabriele Vanoni, Cordi di Recita. Then there's L'Imaginaire by Trevor Baccia. If the composers are watching, I really hope you don't mind. If you mind, write in the comments. So this is something which, I want it to be interactive. So if you have questions or comments or whatever, chances are you're watching it on YouTube. So if you're watching it on YouTube, you can comment in the comment section, in the chat. I will try to watch it because I have it here on the right side, and I will try to answer it for questions if there are any. So send in questions, any doubts about practicing, or about if you're an accordionist about practicing, if you're a composer maybe, or if you're an enthusiast, you would like to know something more about the instrument or about the music and so on, just write it down in the chat. Otherwise, if you're watching it on my Patreon page, this video, the first one is public. So if you're watching it on Patreon page, you can comment below in the comment section and ask me whatever questions. I will answer them either now or after the live stream is over. And if you really like this and like the content that I'm putting out, consider becoming a supporter or a patron or a benefactor. There are 3 levels on my Patreon page. Consider becoming one and be a part of the community and get all the exclusive content like this live stream, for example. I will also be posting tutorials and videos and explanations, some articles that I'm preparing, and also stuff about the podcast. I'm currently a little bit busy, but I'm preparing some new episodes, interviewing some exciting guests, and I'm really happy to be starting with it again at the end of the month. What else? Feel free to just, write anything. This is an open space for everyone. At the moment, when the other videos will become Patreon only videos and live streams. If you happen to be in Vienna on the 4th, you can, drop me a line and we will meet up for coffee. That would be possible if all the regulations will be kind of favorable from that point of view. If you would like to listen to this concert with the pieces that I'm preparing now in these weeks, become a patron, whatever level you would like, and I will send you the live stream link to see and hear this concert online. Okay, this was interesting. That was my phone. Somebody didn't realize that. So okay, in today's video I would start by continuing practicing the piece called Corde di Recita, which is a piece written by the Italian composer Gabriele Vanoni, and it was written and premiered in 2011 for my professor. And yeah, it's called Corde di Recita. It has a lot to do with the different percussive effects on the instrument, and as well the different vibratos and bellow shakes and so on. So I will just start practicing it. It will be a little bit repetitive because I need to get this as good as possible. I don't want to use perfect because perfection is something we tend to, but we also need to be kind of realistic about it. So yeah, I'll just start playing, and if you have any questions or whatever, just drop it in the chat or in the comment section of the Patreon. And you can skip, if you're watching this afterwards, you can skip some of the parts and just go on forward and see what else is going on in the piece. These videos will be around 30 to 60 minutes long because I really don't want to take the time from the lunch of anyone. But I really hope that this will keep you kind of company and give you a sneak peek into what it's like to prepare a concert with new pieces. So here we go. I got this one wrong. Let's try it again. This can be done better. It's a lot to do with different small dynamics. So I'm going to nothing and then re-emerging from nothing. Okay, so here the bellows shake continues, but it has also this air button effect. So we have a mixture. Here we have a combination of the clicking effect together with a new chord. So the piece in the beginning works on this clicking noises, this very fragile dynamics. At the same time, there's a very nice melody behind it, very ghostly melody, if you can, starting from this chord. Oh no, it's good. And then the composer starts playing a lot of micro variations of a tone. So when we have all of these kinds of effects of glissandi, and then we have a very kind of rather big surprise because we have a piano all the time. And then a forte comes in, just like. Here we have the first kind of very fast and loud passages coming in on page 3 in this case. And if you're an accordion student or if you're a musician, you know these kind of things. You don't need me to tell you that, but it's very good to kind of isolate the difficult moments and to go through them until you get them crystal clear. So. And also the movements. If you have a long passage where your thumb kind of needs to go underneath the other fingers, it's always a good idea to make this movement 5-10 times or however much you need, so that you can actually have the movement right in your hand. For example, here I have between C sharp and E. And this is not very convenient interval to actually manage to take it, right? So you can do this exercise, basically kind of jump quickly from the starting note to the arrival note, and then from the arrival note to the starting note. And then you go. Here as well. So I need to go from here to here. And it's going faster, this passage. So if you have this movement done. This one is even trickier. So you have this, and then after the fifth finger comes the first one on E. And you decompose the passage into different sections, and then it's a sort of a puzzle. So whenever there's a difficult part, you know, musicians are practicing, they're decomposing it into smaller pieces and then combining it again into bigger pieces until they have the entire thing done. If you're watching this in playback, you can skip this part. And then we go backwards towards. Yeah, it's rather crazy. So it's a rather big change with respect to the first two pages. If you're watching this, you made some really uncomfortable chords in the left hand, just so that you know. let me check if you guys are writing anything on Patreon. Just very quickly. Okay, no questions here at the moment. Okay, so let's go on. By the way, if you haven't seen it, there's a very beautiful concerto called Elegia, written by Gabriele Vanoni, which I premiered back in 2015, I think, or 2016 maybe. It's a very beautiful piece. You can see the video of it on YouTube, or you can listen to it on my digital album released with Electra Music on all the major platforms. If you just write Ghenadie Rotari Elegia Vanoni, or just simply Elegia Rotari, you will find also the audio from that concert and the piece, and it's really amazing. It's 10 minutes long, but it's extremely beautiful music. So if you haven't listened to it, go and check it out. Let's go once again. Okay, so let me try once again. So here I needed to change a little bit because I don't know if you see it, but here in this part there's like the left hand doing a lot of stuff, and I just had to change it in the right hand simply because these things are easier to be done, especially these things, the really quick notes are easier to be done on the right hand side. It's even more precise because these kind of virtuosic passages are rather problematic on an accordion. This is for composers. Why? Because we are actually pushing and pulling the bellows, and at the same time we need to kind of play things, so it's rather difficult to get these things precise, right? So, and it's even more clear when you have this, rather than it's also much more comfortable. So, yeah. It's still not perfect, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Okay. Let's just check. Here and here and here. What is happening? Okay, good. So everything's going fine. I'm just not very satisfied with how this section is really going. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. So I'm not entirely satisfied with how this section is going, so I'll try. What I do is I slow down. Here it's a sort of accelerando rhythm, right? So we're not only going upwards, but we're also making an accelerando. So I will once again from there. Wrong chord. And here we have a passage which is, since it was written for a button accordion which has a bigger range and the notes are closer because of the buttons, some of the chords and some of the jumps are really high, so here what I will do on my accordion will be to change the registers on the note. So here, for example, it would sound something like. jumping with my hand, but I'm actually changing the octaves and the pitches because it's going upwards all the time. I don't want to sound like in the if you have seen the TV series Handmaid's Tale, but praised be the guy who invented, or the woman perhaps, who invented the chin registers for the accordion. And all the time we were thinking about this in the right hand, here we have in the left hand. So let's combine these things together now. Oops, too high. Yeah, so after that crazy moment, crazy passage of explosion in the middle, we're kind of going backwards, so all the clicking noises, all of the very soft pitches, and yeah, all of the very non-explosive, if you want, things. Okay, so we're more or less, well, I'm more or less, and we are more or less halfway through the piece. There's another one of these explosive moments towards the end. But yeah, now I will let you guys go and do whatever you have to do in your day. And I hope you really do enjoy your day today, because also the weekend is coming, right? So it's always a fun time. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being here. This video will still be available on my Patreon page as a public post. But if you would like to support me and would like to continue seeing these kinds of live streams, videos, have sneak peeks in behind the scenes of my artistic life and artistic career, you are more than welcome, and I would be very grateful if you would support me on my Patreon page and become one of the supporters, whatever level you prefer. So it's a monthly payment of €3. It's about $4.50 if you're in the US or anywhere else in the world. It's the price of a normal cappuccino here in Austria. So I'm very grateful to you for being here today, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you again in other live streams. And thank you for being a part of this community.